Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the show SPINOFF. This is your RJ Faisal Ilyas. T20 World Cup 2024 is in full swing. The matches are happening in West Indies and USA, and the time has come for Pakistan team to play their first game against USA, the hosts in Dallas, where the first game between US and Canada was played. So Pakistan team must be all geared up for this match, and I'm sure all of our cricket fans and people around all the globe, Pakistan and across, must be waiting for this first game of Pakistan, because a lot of things are to be settled today in terms of what playing 11 are we going to play in today's game. So in today's show, we'll analyze as to how Pakistan is going to play in today's game, and also we'll talk about the three games that have happened yesterday. And these games were also very important because India took on Ireland, Australia also played their first game, and Papua New Guinea also played their game. So we'll talk about all these three games. We'll mainly talk about Pakistan game because this is the day we all were waiting for, because Pakistan will take on USA today. And the great thing about today's game is that this game is gonna be played on a ground which is a high scoring ground, where USA and Canada played a game where big runs were scored, and for a team to play their first game in a tournament at a pitch which is producing good runs is a good sign. And we have seen that all of the team winning the tosses are going for bowling first, and this is the trend in this World Cup, and eventually it's working. The team that wins the toss going for bowling first is actually winning. Even yesterday, if you talk about all these three games, India won the toss against Ireland. They opted to bowl first and they easily beat Ireland. We'll speak through this game in detail with the numbers and all. So good start for India. If we talk about the next game between PNG and Uganda, this game also Uganda won the toss and they opted to bowl first, and they were it was a crunch game. It was a low scoring game, but it was a crunch game, and actually a surprise that a team like Uganda, which is playing the T20 World Cup for the first time, managed to win this game against PNG. And PNG is the team which gave a difficult time to West Indies against their first game, so we were expecting PNG to do well, but unfortunately they lost the game against Uganda. And if we talk about the last game that was played yesterday, USA and Oman, that game also went to a wire, and for a team like Australia to play such a competitive game against Oman is also a good sign. So in all these three games, the common thing was that all these three matches, the captains who won the toss opted to bowl first, and eventually they won the games. And there is some controversy also regarding Ireland-India game, and we'll talk about this controversy in detail, but I'll give you a slight bit of it so that you can give your comments as well, because when it comes to ICC events, there's always a talk about ICC giving some soft corner to Indian team. And in yesterday's game also, we saw that David Boone, who was the match referee, when he tossed the coin, he first looked at the Ireland captain, and then eventually he looked at Rohit Sharma, saying that Rohit Sharma has won the toss. So we'll talk about it. I want you guys also to chip in, text in your WhatsApp messages. You have our WhatsApp number. You can chip in with your comments that whether it's true that India gets certain favor by ICC, or you think that it's not true. When we saw 2023 ICC World Cup, 50 over World Cup, over there, in every toss, the conversation was that ICC should show the coin itself, whether it's heads or tails, when the captain calls for it. So your thoughts about it. Why is it so difficult to not show the coin as to what the captain has called and what has actually come up? You can give your feedback on this. And the toss is going to be important today also, because Pakistan is going to play against US. And we saw that in US-Canada game also, US won the toss and they opted to bat first, and they opted to bowl first, and it was a good decision. Similarly, Pakistan will also want to have a look at the ground first, and if they win the toss, they will go for bowling first. That's my thinking. You can also give your feedback. You can tell me as to if Pakistan wins the toss, what should they do. And I'm sure Babar will be very confident, because he's been the captain for Pakistan for many years now. He has seen 5 major tournaments. 4 of them are T20 championships, and 1 is the 50 over World Cup itself. So Babar should be very confident. He has seen this team throughout, and whatever we have seen, the footages from their activities in US, we have seen that all of the team is very confident. There are some small things that are to be sorted out. But again, when the team is there for such a big tournament, we have to support the team and we have to expect them to win. So in today's show, we'll have a lot of discussion on Pakistan USA game, and we'll further analyze a little bit about all of the 3 games that have been played. So now we move towards analyzing the first game that was played yesterday between India and Ireland. Like I said, India won the toss and they opted to bowl first, which is the trend in this World Cup. Teams winning the toss, captains winning the toss, they go for bowling first. So India was lucky enough to win the toss, because winning the toss is very important, and all the captains who are winning the tosses are, again, I'll say, they're opting to bowl first. So India did the same thing, and you will not believe that Ireland only managed to score 96 runs. So another game where the team batting first is not able to even cross 100 runs. So this T20 World Cup has become a tournament where there are very low scores, but we expect the games being played in US to be high scoring games. We have already seen one high scoring game in US in the Dallas venue, but the New York venue is producing very low games. Coming back to this game again, 96 runs is all what Ireland could manage. In return, if we see India's batting performance, again Rohit Sharma came to party. He scored runs, but he was lucky. He was very fortunate enough. In the beginning, his catch was dropped in the first over, but then he took the chance and he found himself lucky. He eventually managed to score 52 runs off 37 balls before he was retired hurt. He did not get out. He retired hurt and he went out, but eventually his 52 runs off 37 balls is the innings that made India to chase down this total very easily. Some certain things that I wanted to discuss about India is that they left behind a lot of their important players for this tournament, but I find this thing to be very good sign, because Rohit Sharma has actually selected the team according to the conditions. So they left behind Ishan Kishan, Shubman Gill and KL Rahul. All of these are their first league players, but why they have left them out is because of Rishabh Pant, because Rishabh Pant is somebody who plays very well in the difficult conditions. We have also seen yesterday's performance is very clear. He was managed to score 36 runs off 26 balls. So this shows that India's selection is on spot. The other 2 games were between PNG, Papua New Guinea and Uganda, and the third game was between Australia and Oman. The first 2 games were low scoring ones, and the one between Australia and Oman was a one where some runs were scored. So coming back to the India-Ireland game, we'll wrap it up very quickly. So the key performances were from Rohit Sharma, who scored a 50, and the only 50 of the game that was played yesterday, but he was very lucky. Like I said, he got the chance in the first over, and he was again in the second over. There were some edges that were flying through here and there, but he was lucky enough, but he scored good runs. He scored 52 of 37. Then Rishabh Pant, who has made a comeback, and there are a lot of players who have missed out because of him to take the place in the side. He also scored 36 of 26. So these 2 were good batting innings from India's side. And if we talk about their bowling, their key bowler Jasprit Bumrah, who was the man of the match as well, bowled very well, and I was very worried also to see his form in bowling. And if you talk about Jasprit Bumrah, this player is also coming after injury, so a lot of credit goes to India, because the way they take care of their players is very commendable, because they gave Bumrah a lot of time to recover and rehabilitate before he becomes part of the team once again. So I think a lot of learning has to be taken from India as to how to take care of your players. If you compare them with Pakistan, our bowlers come back very quickly after the injury. Like Shaheen Shah, we still feel that he was not fully fit before he became part of the international cricket again. In case of Haris Rauf, we have seen that he's come back very quickly. So we'll talk about this thing in detail. Also, why I've raised this point is because I want your feedback on this kind of points as to how Pakistan should take care of their players. And coming back to this game again, if the toss was not won by India, let me tell you, this game could have been very interesting, because even Ireland was not shy of attacking Indian cricketers. So unfortunately, a low scoring game, but eventually India won and opened their account with 2 points against Ireland. Now we move to the second game between Papua New Guinea and Uganda. This game also, the captain winning the toss, opting to bowl first. Eventually Uganda won the game by 3 wickets, but it was a game which went very close. Although it was a low scoring game, but it went very close. If we talk about the good performance, the player of the match, Riyazat Ali from Uganda, scored 33 runs of 56 balls. It was the match winning performance from Uganda. I also want you guys to give your views on what do you expect from Pakistan-US game today. But one thing that I was looking at, how when we have to talk about Pakistan-India game that is going to be played on 9th of June, that game is going to be played on the ground where 2 games have already been played. One was between Sri Lanka and South Africa, and the another one was played yesterday between India and Ireland. And why I'm saying or I'm referring to these 2 games is because all of these 2 games have been very low scoring games, and team batting first has found it very difficult to score good runs. So a lot of talk has to be done about what that pitch is gonna be like on 9th of June. Is there going to be another pitch that is going to be used on that day, or there has to be some tweaking in that pitch to have a high scoring game? Because when it's India and Pakistan, you expect that game to be a high scoring game. But we'll have to wait and see as to what happens. When we talk about the capacity of the New York ground, that ground is newly built, and the capacity of 35,000 people has been managed by US to host that game, and we expect a nail-biter game on 9th of June. But today, the game that's going to happen today at 8:30 p.m. Pakistan time is Pakistan versus USA. USA has already opened their account with 2 points against Canada. We'll have to wait and see as to how they perform against Pakistan. I want you guys to give your point of view on today's game, and also tell us about what changes in terms of playing 11 Pakistan should do, what combination Pakistan should go with, especially with the opening. Do you think that Pakistan should go with Babar and Rizwan, or you think that Rizwan or Babar, one of these two, should bat at number 3? Today is the big day for Pakistani people and Pakistani team, because Pakistan is going to play their first game against the hosts USA. So the Group A is going to be very exciting after today's game, because then we'll get to know who is on top in the group, because USA, Canada have already played their games. Pakistan is going to play their first game today, and India has already also opened their account with a win against Ireland. Right now we are analyzing the second game that was played yesterday between PNG and Uganda. 77 all out is what PNG could manage, which Uganda was able to chase down in 19 overs. But at one point they were 26 for 5, after which Riyazat Ali Shah's performance of 35 runs was the one which managed them to win the match, and Riyazat Ali Khan was announced to be the man of the match. So good win for Uganda, and they have also opened their account after this win. We have seen them being crushed in the first game very badly, and we saw PNG play a very good game against West Indies, but tables turned around in yesterday's game. Uganda won the game. So congratulations to Uganda, and we'll have to see as to how they approach their next game in this tournament. Now we are going to go towards another game, which is Australia and Oman. And why this game was important is because Australia was playing their first game in the tournament, and we see that Australia, whenever it's ICC tournaments, they do so well in these tournaments. maybe they do not start off with all the flying colors, but with time they managed to adapt to the situations, and they managed to reach the final stages of the tournaments, and eventually they managed to win the tournaments as well, as we saw in 2023 50 over World Cup. So if we analyze this game of Oman and Australia managed again, Oman won the toss and they opted to field first, which was the right decision, because Australia could only manage 164 for 5 in the full quota of overs. And we saw players like David Warner, who is a very explosive player, but in this game he was very conservative, and we saw him play a very cautious inning, but he managed to score 56 of 51, which was eventually very important. But the best batting was from Stoinis, who is their all-rounder and star all-rounder for Australia, who managed to score 67 runs of 36 balls, and this was the innings which helped Australia to score 164 for 5. So this is the main highlight of Australia's inning, and I also expect you guys to turn up at 8:30 p.m. tonight to support Pakistan team against US. I think it goes without saying, all of you guys must be waiting for this game. You want to see Pakistan team to be in action against USA, and we wish all the luck to our team, our green team, to do well against US. And why they need all of this luck is because they are going to play mighty Indians on 9th of June. We'll do a lot of build up for that game also, but we now come back to the Australia-Oman game that we were analyzing before. So Australia managed to score 164 for 5 with the help of Stoinis and David Warner. Very contrasting innings from between these two, because Warner played a conservative innings, but Stoinis was able to crush Oman bowlers and he scored 67 of 36. By the way, since he bowled well as well for Australia, so he was the man of the match for this game also. If we talk about Oman's chase, obviously it was a difficult task for any team to play against bowlers like Mitchell Starc, Pat Cummins. It's not easy to play against bowlers like Adam Zampa, Starc, Zampa. They both took 3 wickets each, and they were the main players for West Indies to win this game. Hazelwood also bowled well, although he went wicketless, but his accurate bowling was also very important. Oman was eventually able to score 125 for 9, so Australia won the game by 39 runs. So again, congratulations to Australia to have this first victory in this tournament, because this tournament is very big. A lot of matches to be played, 55 in total. 16 games will be played in US, and the rest of the games will be played in West Indies. West Indies is using 6 of their historical grounds in this tournament, but USA is using 3 grounds. All of these are very new and kind of experiment for USA to host this kind of a tournament. But so far it's been alright, because there are some pitches where the scores are not that big, but this is something you can expect from a ground where very few games have been played so far. But if you look at it from other angle, it's always better to have unexpected results as well, because if it's all high scoring games, then that also gets boring. I want you guys also to give your feedback as to what corrections could have been made in terms of the pitch, and how you think that New York pitch is going to go, since Pakistan has to take on USA, the hosts, today in their first game in Men's T20 World Cup 2024. So I was just looking at some of the statistics, or stats rather, as to how Pakistan has done in the last few T20 World Cup tournaments. This T20 World Cup tournaments started in the year 2007, and in that inaugural tournament of T20 World Cups, Pakistan was the runner-up, and Pakistan lost to India in that final. That was the only T20 World Cup that India has won so far. And if we talk about Pakistan was the runner-up in that tournament. In 2009, Pakistan became the champion. Who could forget? Pakistan won the game in England against Sri Lanka, and Shahid Afridi was the hero in that game. And if we talk about the next tournament, it happened in 2010, where Pakistan was the semi-finalists. So Pakistan has done so well in the first 3 tournaments of T20 World Cup. In 2012 also, Pakistan was the semi-finalists, and Then in the next two seasons, 2014 and 2016, Pakistan could only manage to reach the group stage, and Pakistan had to go back to their country after the group stage. And in 2021, Pakistan again reached the semi-finals. Who could forget that Pakistan lost to Australia in semi-finals? कौन भूल सकता है हसन अली का वो ड्रॉप कैच जो आज तक हम सबको याद है. 2022 में फिर पाकिस्तान जो है, again Pakistan were runner-ups and Pakistan lost to England in that final in Melbourne against England. So when I heard Babar Azam in one of the podcasts that he did for PCB, he said that we, in the last two T20 World Cups, we managed to reach semi-final once, we managed to reach the final once. So this time round, it is going to be the final for Pakistan where we are going to lift the trophy. So we hope, we pray that Babar's this vision comes true, his words come true, and inshallah Pakistan lifts the trophy. But this game has just started. This World Cup has just started. Pakistan is going to play their first game today, and we are all geared up for this game. We hope that Pakistan is going to do well against US, and Pakistan manages to come up with the combination which goes right in the game against India. Alright, so we've reached the point where we have only few minutes left in the show today. You will be enjoying the back-to-back music, and I urge you guys to wear the green shirts and watch the game today, because I expect this game to be a turnaround for Pakistan team's fate and first game in this tournament. I really hope that Pakistan does well today, and all of the support with Pakistan team. If you guys want to give your feedback, if you want to tell us as to what should be the opening combination, how should Pakistan select the playing 11 with the players like Azam Khan and Saim Ayub and Shadab Khan, who are not performing that well in the last few matches, or you can say in the last few months. What do you think about these players, and what do you think, who are the key players? Because you have Fakhar Zaman, you have Babar Azam, you have Rizwan, you have all of this world-class player who can turn it on and at any given day, at any given time, and we hope them to turn it on against, not just against US but against India especially, because you have heard things like that lose any game but you should not lose against India. This is the thing that we have, because when we play this game against India, it's not just a game, it's a lot of reputation at stake. So I am looking at this game against US as a learning game, and a game where you come up with your clear combination as to what playing 11 you're gonna play. But one thing that's very important is that the condition is in Dallas are very different from the conditions in New York. So very important thing to see as to how Babar goes about selecting the team for this game that's gonna be played at 8:30 p.m. Pakistan time today, and the team for the game against India, because the game against India is going to be the surface where your pacers come into play, and the game against US is on Dallas ground where spinners come into party more than your pacers. So very important decisions to be made, very important game to be played today between Pakistan and US. So we wish all the luck to our players. We hope that they do well in today's game, and all the luck with USA as well, because they are the hosts of the tournament. We expect this game to be a very good game, and the audiences must enjoy this game. So I leave you with this thought that Pakistan is going to win today, and they are going to have a good game today. Enjoy the songs. I'll see you guys tomorrow. So it's time to sign off for today. I'll see you tomorrow.